Welcome to the righteous sphere. We separate the gray areas over here. We don't do the lying like those other places. No. We don't do no fucking lying over here. You're gonna get the truth. Welcome to the righteous sphere. We separate the gray areas over here. We don't do the lying like those other places.
I don't give a fuck one or two people
No.
side with it.
We don't do no fucking lying over here. You're gonna get the truth.
About relationships in our community, right? Did you agree with Kevin Samuels' approach?
No, I didn't agree with Kevin Samuels. He agreed with me. And he was always so respectful to me. And we were getting ready to do something though. We were going to do a big thing in Atlanta. And then he went and died. So I guess that wasn't supposed to happen. But
put your hands together for Mr. Goodbread.
Yes, sir. What's going on, Bread Squad? We are back in class, guys, and we got another good one, a very important one, and it's just weird and ironic how this one just unfolded right here, being that we had a rough weekend. You know what I mean? We was talking about who has the most influence over the next generation of women, and we had that whole big blow up. So it's ironic that we got this video today, and the title goes, Black women just can't give black men any credit. And of course, we're not talking about all of our sisters, definitely not some, the majority, guys. And it's going to be important because I need you to understand you guys are constantly investing and spending money where you can invest in yourself or you can invest in your brothers that's doing the same work. But you guys can constantly go and y'all see it as, oh, what he said, what the young brother said. He said, I'm just supporting my sister. It's just a man supporting his sister. I need y'all to understand how these sisters don't support us if they don't have nothing, if they're not a part of us. If they're not with us, they don't have no support for anything they can't eat off of, guys. Did you see how Miss Shabazz, remember I also said, y'all love these type women because they remind you of the mother the mother that you wish you had. You know what I mean? Did you see the way that lady laughed at the man death? I mean, I read eyes and body language, so y'all can say I'm overreacting because I know you're gonna get some simp suckers, some simp warriors that, you know what I mean, always gonna find an excuse for some fuckery, foul behavior. I mean, O'Shea put me onto this video. I saw O'Shea, he did a video on this earlier. He tiptoed around defending his man. He shouldn't even titled it what he titled it. If you was gonna pay homage to disrespect, that's what you should have titled it. But in any way, any event, I digress. I get it. People be politically tied to these go along, get along groups, and they don't want to offend anybody, so they can't say the whole truth. You know what I mean? And then they'll lose subs, they'll lose super chats and all this bullshit. But that's why we here, right, guys? Hit that like button, man. Keep in mind that we don't cater to any groups, gangs, communities, religions, feelings, or emotions. This one gonna get emotional. We cater to the truth. We gonna cater to some common sense. Yes, we are. We gonna cater to the reality, not the what we want it to be. All right, and we do not complicate that. We not gonna complicate common sense today, cause y'all seen it. We gonna play it now. I'm gonna shut up.
For his views about relationships in our community, right? Um, did you agree with Kevin Samuel's approach?
No, I didn't agree with Kevin Samuels. He agreed with me.
Now, why did you gotta make it your business to say he agreed with me? Like, why do you gotta be the, you know what I mean, the bearer of, you know what I mean? Remember the video me and BZ MVP the Bell 503? Y'all go check them out. Remember the video we did, and Maya Angelou stood over the little girl because she said Maya and asked her about interracial dating relationships. It's like a couple. And this is why, ladies, sisters with some sense. Salute to my sisters with some sense, my good bread sisters that don't play about Mr. Goodbread, yo. I fucking love y'all, yo, because y'all understand and y'all see. This is why men take have the disdain for y'all right now in the gender war, yo. This is why, because this is the shit we had to deal with our whole life in our mama crib. And then we just can't shake that when we get up and link with y'all good women, yo. You know what I mean? Y'all good women, we overlook y'all good women, and we constantly pick the bad women that bring out these same traits that these type of females put in us. So when you say men are weak, these type females that stand over you, these type women. Let's finish, right? But again, because she got on this stupid old hat and she got these dumbass earrings in here and she all covered up with that little wicked face of hers, looking like, yo, niggas attach themselves to this woman when her actions read. You know what I mean? Remember I told you, fuck the look, but y'all niggas keep getting fooled by the look. I tell you the actions. I tell you, look at the actions. Before she slammed my man, before, you know what I mean? I said he my man today. I know y'all like, how you defending Kevin Samuels like that? He don't really like him. But what I really like is men. I'm pro man. Like, I want to see men win and take the position. You know what I mean? So I'm never gonna tear my man down for a female. I'll defend myself for a nigga trying to tear me down, but I never try to tear my brother down for a female. And honestly, let's all be real, guys. Kevin Samuels put more of a dent with his style and his structure, whether you like it or not. He put more of a dent. He got more women on their toes. He got more women than Miss Shabazz Ali. All right, I know y'all want to suck fart out her butt because she remind you of her mother, but Kevin put more of a dent than Shabazz Ali. Think about it, guys. Let's be real. Let's use some logic now. If Shabazz would have put the dent Kevin Samuels put in the game, your mama would have had some sense. Therefore, we would have never needed Kevin Samuels. So let's talk about it, right? But y'all niggas love supporting these wicked ass women because they could dress the part. When I keep telling you niggas, there is a scam to cater to weak men, not get them healthy. Y'all falling for it. You know how the doctors give y'all niggas these medicines and these pills that don't really fix y'all because it's all mental any old way. It's all mental. But they give y'all these to just cope, and then you come back and that's what these channels is doing to y'all, especially the female channels. Especially, but y'all niggas constantly go there and praise and worship these bitches, yo. Y'all niggas is crazy. Y'all niggas is crazy, bro. Get those likes up, bro. You know what we do over here. We tell the truth. And the truth is not gonna be attractive, but the truth don't change. All right? Let's watch this wicked bitch.
and he was always so respectful to me. And we were getting ready to do something though. We were going to do a big thing in Atlanta, and then he went and died. So I guess that wasn't supposed to happen.
Now that's a funny. That's a joke. That's a joke, sis. He went and died. That's a joke, sis. But this be the same character that they portray in the movies of the sisters and shit. You know what I mean? In the Cosby Show, you know how Claire always get that little snap comeback. She always get the last word. That shit have been conditioned in niggas. That's why these little weak niggas run around here, and they soon as a bitch look like this, say something, they niggas will apologize real quick. A motherfucker ain't apologized to me. Nigga would not apologize to me. 4 motherfucking goofy niggas on a panel that owe me an apology. Clearly owe me an apology. He wouldn't apologize to me. Motherfucking sister went up there. Now, they damn sure they give a motherly love, bro. Motherfuckers start apologizing. Niggas, I'm apologizing twice. This is the shit I be talking about. It's the programming. It's conditioning. It's patterns and conditioning. And guess what? We can sit here and talk about it all we want. Guess who job and who responsible to go get that shit out of their system, bro? Get all these whole tendencies and these oppressed tendencies out your system. It's your job to get these tendencies out your system, guys. Because nobody gonna get it out your system for you. The person, like your mama, like imagine growing up in the crib with her. Imagine how passive aggressive of a person you will be right now. Don't know when to speak up, scared to speak up, scared to say something. Come on, bro. But a lot of people was raised by a spirit like this.
But Kevin, the book woke him up, and it gave him the courage to discuss and address these things since I had did it and had put out the blueprint. And so he was a bit crude.
Now she gonna say she did it and put out the blueprint. She did make the book, the guide to the. But she was talking to women. Her book was talking to the women. Kevin was talking to the men, and his shit was so real that the women were attracted and came on over. Information, man. And the women you were talking to, right? Much like Crimson Cure, right? They didn't read your book, man. More men, just like I told the young brother the other night, being a goofball, more men read your book than the women. Our mothers and grandmothers didn't read your book, ma'am. That's why they are who they are, and we happen to be who we are. It's a weak generation, sis. So your book did nothing. Kevin Samuels got niggas on their toes. Kevin Samuels got a blue pill nigga thinking he could start a channel. That's a start. That's a start.
I had told him I didn't think he would be successful because of how he was going about it. But he told it the way he saw it. And he was not successful. He was successful in his platform, getting hundreds of thousands of people, 3, 4, 500,000 people were, tuning in to hear him, his comments. But I don't know. I'm sure it benefited some of the women because it put us in check about what we think our overrated value is. Okay. And we think we have a greater value because we think that we are in charge of sex.
All right, so then, did you like it or not? Is he great or not, ma'am? You had to slam him before you then start regurgitating what you speak about. But it's a slight difference, man. This is why I say, guys, sisters can't give black men credit, bro. It wouldn't have took this lady, this honorable lady, nothing to give this dead man some props. He's not even in a race with you no more, man. He's dead. That's sad shit, bro.
Okay, and most men will just about do anything or go along with anything if they think that. Well, that's changing. Okay, that is not all completely the way it was. This is the thing I wanted to mention, and I don't usually talk about this. When I say that we're living in trends, the messenger talked about when we get out of control or too savage that you live in a beast life. Okay. Our younger people, that children of the future there, are living somewhat of a beast life because the new trend now, and I only know about this because they put it out there in the public on the Instagram and the internet and on the Facebook and everything. One of the things that scientists say separates the humans from the animals is that humans mate face to face. Animals mate from the rear. Well, it's popular now that that's what they're all doing, mating from the rear and doing all kind of other distasteful things and calling it sex. That's a bad sign. Okay. There's a different connection, as we all know, of face to face than another kind of way. People are getting hurt. They're choking each other. They're spitting in each other's mouth, doing all kind of things that would never, ever have been considered as sexual pleasure. It's something wrong in that. I don't know how long they're going to be practicing that. And they're even doing oral sex in people's anus and their behinds, all kind of stuff, crazy stuff. And I'm talking about it because we need to know and we need to start trying to teach something differently. Okay. That's not no love. That's not no showing of love. That's something crazy. And the girls are accepting it. Young women are being choked or somebody spitting in their mouth. All kind of insanity things, and they calling it sex. That ain't no sex. I don't know what kind of beast life that is, but that's another trend that I hope passes because that's taking it to such a low level. Where can it go after that? And how long then will generations think that that's affection? So that's a very bad sign, I think. And that the young women think that that's natural, as I said, that they going along with this, and that the men are tiring really of them at all. They don't even want to look at them. And I'm concerned about that, and I think we all should be.
I just wanted to touch on the Kevin Samuels thing one more time. Do you believe he helped bring interest into your works with a new generation?
No, I don't think so. I think it
Yo,
just
I'm done with her. Yo, I'm done with this. Yo, I'm done with this. Yo, you're not gonna get this man no credit, man. You're gonna sit up here, black women. She don't represent all black women. I know my sisters were sent. She don't represent y'all. She don't represent the black women that's inside these doors. No, because that's foul. This is foul. This is foul. This is foul, sis.
Bring interest into your works with a new generation?
no, I don't think so. I think it just it was so personally, individually critical. I don't
You
think
gotta.
that ever helps. I think you have to be civilized and you're asking and telling. And I don't think that
What do you mean you gotta be civilized? How civilized could Kevin Samuels see what I mean? This is why they never gonna get me to look over there and throw no suit on because they don't need all that to tell the truth. Just tell the truth. They're gonna find a reason to not intake that truth, boy. It don't matter how you tell it. You see, this man Kevin ain't cursed. He had a suit on, had his hair cut every time. He was cammed up. He all his shit's checked out. His boxes checked. Still not good enough, boy. Still not good enough, boy. How is a black man supposed to ever be good enough for a black sis? But then niggas say something about passport and it's y'all bitches start having a heart attack. Niggas say passport, y'all bitches start falling all out and shit. And now he traitor, he's a coon, and this and that. Come on now, sister. You couldn't get this nigga one ounce of credit.
that kind of overly criticism of an individual, each person individually, no, that does not help, especially publicly. As I said, we already got low self-esteem, and that don't mean build us up on some false profile.
I get what you're saying now, sis. You're making a valid fact, but you did watch the show, right? Just shot. You did watch the show? You did, right? Because if you would have watched the show, then you would have saw those women come to his panel. And that's the thing, right? He's not attacking nobody. It's not an attack. When you set up shop on your page, on your platform, you know what I mean? And this goes for y'all that's on Facebook. When you got your page is your page, bro. When you post what you post, that's your house. Now, somebody's feelings belong to them. So if they jump on your post, now they're in your domain. They're in your house. And whatever you do to them, it's all good. It's all good. So you did see that these women jumped there and they came through to talk to the man personally. Now, you don't like the fact that the man generated buzz and generated so much revenue, probably never kicked nothing back to the shit you sit there and make people poor with. You couldn't make that man poor with that shit y'all be running around here with, right? No disrespect, but we do know the poorest countries and the poorest people are the most religious. We do know that. That's a fact. No disrespect.
I don't mean that, but I mean we just have to be more gentle with each other. We are damaged creatures.
Let me reword it. I apologize. I wanted to ask, do you think his work brought more attention to your book with a new generation, with a younger generation that probably didn't know about
I'm
your
not
work?
sure. See, the other thing is, remember, we're in a society where they're teaching against reading. All right, everybody either want to hear it or see it. So reading is not as popular. So I'm not sure if it worked that way. My sales have been impacted on a lot of things. You know, that must be 50 books out called The Black Man's Guide and The Black Woman's Guide. You know, so many people have copied, you know, my title. So I'm not sure it worked that way. I'm still selling books, and he's still, I'm sure, there's still brothers out there now trying to take his place. So that's just, you know, the way that turned out. Uh, he got me, I think, more attention for me, toward me as a writer, as a sister, you know. But I know my place in the world, and I'm just a woman. That's not an insult. That's not a put down. But I am not a man. See, God is a man.
All right, sis. All right, sis. All right, sis. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You represent God, and I tell black women the closest you may ever get to God is being with a black man, because he looks more like you than me. And we have so many things out here affecting our respect and image of self. That's the other reason black women don't want to believe that the black man is God, because they think the black man they know ain't nothing, and that y'all ain't nothing. So there ain't no way you could be God. In fact, you have some brothers who have surrendered, and they walking around talking about the black woman as God. Some more absurd, silly nonsense
When did
that
that
we
start?
waste our
Thank
time
you.
on.
Thank
When did
you.
that start? This notion that the black woman was God.
Well, they just have surrendered. It can't be me because I can't do nothing. I ain't got nothing and look like she more successful or whatever. And so we just decide then she must be God. That's what a man do.
Why are you not investing in tax liens? No, seriously. Why are you not investing into one of the most...
I don't know no man that would decide that. And I try to correct every brother I run into about that. They think they complimenting me by saying the black woman is God, but I'm not God, and I don't want that job.
See that? I
Okay,
mean,
I
she
got
telling
enough to
y'all.
do.
All right, I'm
I
glad
don't
you
want to
said
be.
that.
I
So
don't.
can you tell them stay up out the female channels? They not doing nothing for them. A real female gonna be like how you just said, right? You know your place. You the queen. So you let the king do all the shit that we need to do. You let the brother do all of the shit we need to do. You know what I mean? What's going on?
want that responsibility, and I don't have that power.
I wanted to touch on before we get to the last two questions. I want to touch on something you said where you said black women they don't see much in black men, right? And from personal experience, what I noticed that even if you're I don't know these terms they use, highly performing, even if you're just a great guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
They still can't see the greatness in you.
They still what?
They still struggle to see the greatness in you if you're
Oh
a great
yeah.
person.
Well, as I said, we've been all taught against each other so hard. We have to talk more. Now that's one thing Kevin did. He got more black men speaking out about their dissatisfaction. Well, dissatisfaction produced change. One of the changes has been more of our men are going offshore seeking other women who they say know how to act more like a woman.
Exactly. So then that means he did something. He moved the needle, man. Move the needle. Just say it. You shouldn't be so hard to say it. It shouldn't have took you so long to start coming to your senses either, man.
All right. It's like we'll tell a man, everything you do, why don't you act like a man? When you all have never challenged our womanhood, you all have never told us, why don't you act like a woman? It's not in you. But we'll tell you real quick, why don't you act like a man? Well, how do we know what a man act like? Most of us didn't have a father. We didn't have a model. We only saw fathers on television and in movies. And they gave us certain ideas that white people have that they themselves don't live up to.
But you just did that.
Their fatherhood is built on them being able to provide. And they kept you from being able to do that so that you could not have that. And that's another reason I say that we have to teach our men how to be fathers, how to deal with babies, how to change a diaper, how to do all of those things. You made that. That's your idea. So you need to be a part of how it's going to be reared and how to handle it. Many of our brothers now ending up with their children because many of our women, sometimes they have them, and then after 5 or 6 years, they decide, I don't want to be no parent no more. And so they giving the child away.
All right, bro. I'm glad you know that narrative is old. That runoff dad narrative, or fathers left the crib. That shit old, yo. Yeah, I'm gonna drop the link and I'm gonna play it back because then they went into some other part of this interview, and you know what I mean. That shit ain't what we here for tonight. You know what I mean. I just wanted to highlight how our sisters just be wild, jealous, and it's like some backbiting shit, and we need to stop. We need to cut that shit out. You know what I mean. We need to cut that shit all the way out. That shit was real whack what she did, yo. But here, guys, I'm gonna drop the link, play this joint back, and y'all, if y'all want to join in and add y'all thing, add a thing or two, you know what I mean, y'all. It's the floor is open, man. This shit was it broke my heart because I like this lady, you know what I mean, and I know I'm gonna probably end up doing another video where I be like, yo, I'm my bad, but because that's just the program in me. But I'm also programmed to call it out on some I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? And that's just what I do. No lie. Cause I saw this shit this morning. I woke up to this shit, y'all.
As being the inspiration for his views about relationships in our community, right? Did you agree with Kevin Samuel's approach?
No, I didn't agree with Kevin Samuels. He agreed with me. And he was always so respectful to me. And we were getting ready to do something though. We were going to do a big thing in Atlanta.
Everybody respectful to you, man. Everybody respectful to you. Every single body, every single black man on this earth is respectful to you. Even in my distaste and disrespect for you at the moment, I got nothing but love for you, mama. But you see, when my mom do some fuck shit, this how I handle my moms. I'm one of those guys that I don't lie to my moms. I don't trust people that lie to their mother, bro. I don't, yo. Cause what you lying to your mother for? You that means you playing the go along, get along game of feminism. You playing and you pushing and you harboring feminism. You know what I mean? We can't say we hate feminism and then put ourselves in situations to be little feminists ourselves, bro.
And then he went and died. So I guess that wasn't supposed to happen. But Kevin
Yeah, she said that shit like, and they always laughing at shit like.
And he went and died. So I guess that wasn't supposed to happen. But Kevin Atlanta. And then he went and died. So I guess that wasn't supposed to happen. But Kevin the book woke him up, and it gave him the courage to discuss and address these things since I had did it and had put out the blueprint. And so he was a bit crude. I had told him I didn't think he would be successful because of how he was going about it. But he told it the way he saw it, and he was not successful. He was successful in his platform, getting hundreds of thousands of people, 3, 4, 500,000 people were, tuning in to hear him and his comments. But I don't know. I'm sure it benefited some of the women because it put us in check about what we think our overrated value is. Okay. And we think we have a greater value because we think that we are in charge of sex. Okay. And most men will just about do anything or go along with anything if they think that. Well, that's changing. Okay. That is not all completely the way it was. This is the thing I wanted to mention, and I don't usually talk about this. When I say that we're living in trends, the messenger talked about when we get out of control, too savage, that you live in a beast life. Okay. Our younger people, that children of the future, them are living somewhat of a beast life because the new trend now, and I only know about this because they put it out there in the public on the internet.
Yeah, but y'all didn't teach y'all didn't teach the new generation nothing either as females, as the custody, the custodial parent of these children, yo. Y'all didn't teach these kids. Y'all stood over these kids and took their spotlight. Y'all borrowed some of their present, you know what I mean, for y'all future being spent up. You know what I mean? And we get it. Y'all didn't make the right decisions, choices and decisions. But y'all didn't have to not teach the kids nothing. Y'all stood over them and then disguised it as protecting them. You know what I mean? That's not cool. That's not cool. Guys, how many of y'all remember, we're gonna come back to this, but I know I didn't bring this to the school. We did this over at the 503 channel. And this is another part, this is another reason why my channel was designed for these children, bro. Cause shit just not right in our community, yo. These mothers stand over the black community with this shot calling shit, and they act like they have all the information and they have no information for these kids. Now listen to this, guys.
Kim, you had a question.
Yeah, I wanted to ask Maya her views on interracial relationships.
Oh, thank you. And first, I'm Miss Angelo.
Miss Angela.
Yes, ma'am. I'm not Maya. I'm 62 years old. I have lived so long and tried so hard that a young woman like you or any other you have no license to come up to me and call me by my first name.
Now, see, I get why she checked her, but I feel as an adult, like you just screamed your age, Miss Maya Angelou, you could have went a whole different route for that little girl, because like I told y'all in the other video why these kids don't be listening to y'all. How sometimes it's just the language barriers. Her parent ain't teach her that. So it was the time for you to teach her now. But by embarrassing her, you don't teach her nothing. But I digress. This is the shit that I don't like this shit.
That's first. That's first. Also, because at the same time, I am your mother, I'm your auntie, I'm your teacher, I'm your professor. You see? The question is, what do I feel about interracial relationships? It is very hard to fall in love and stay there. If you fall in love with the fellow who lives next door, whose parents are friends with your parents, and the same race and the same culture, and you've gone to the same church all your lives and so forth, it is very hard for those two people to maintain an honorable relationship. I mean, two people from the same race and culture throughout the 40, 50 years of a marriage. It is more difficult if you come from other cultures. It's more difficult. But love is love. People fall in love.
Yo, Guys, y'all bugging. Y'all not bugging, bro. Y'all waiting for the answer like me, you, and the little girl, right? We all waiting for the answer, right? Because Shorty asked the direct question, right? We're gonna play that again, guys. Like, you could embarrass her and all of that extra shit, but you can't answer the little girl question.
Kim, you had a question.
Yeah, I wanted to ask Maya her views on interracial relationships.
Oh, thank you. And first, I'm Miss Angelo.
Miss Angela.
Yes, ma'am. I'm not Maya. I'm 62 years old. I have lived so long and tried so hard that a young woman like you or any other you have no license to come up to me and call me by my first name. That's first. That's first. Also, because at the same time, I am your mother, I'm your auntie, I'm your teacher, I'm your professor. You see? The question is, what do I feel about interracial relationships? It is very hard to fall in love and stay there. If you fall in love with the fellow who lives next door, whose parents are friends with your parents, and the same race and the same culture, and you've gone to the same church all your lives and so forth, it is very hard for those two people to maintain an honorable relationship. I mean, two people from the same race and culture throughout the 40, 50 years of a marriage. It is more difficult if you come from other cultures. It's more difficult. But love is love. People fall in love. There is nothing one can do about falling in love. You may fall in love with a person whose family is feuding with your family. This is classic. One sees that in Romeo and Juliet. You see, when the Capulets, when these two families were warring. One sees that when Asian men fall in love with white women, when white men fall in love with Mexican women, or black men fall in love with white women. People don't say.
All right, I want to point out something else, yo, that my guy DeBeezy pointed out on that last live. Peep how she don't never say on black women fall in love with any race. She says every other race, but she never points out what black women divest.
Men fall in love with white women when these two families were warring. One sees that when Asian men fall in love with white women, when white men fall in love with Mexican women, or black men fall in love with white women. People don't sit out and say, okay, I'm going to make it hard for myself. I'm going to go and fall in love with somebody. I got to explain it to my people. I got to explain it to their people. I got to explain it to people in the street. I'm going to have to take care of all the children. People don't sit out to do that. But when they fall in love, I have the feeling that you ought to be grateful for it, respect it, honor it. That is my feeling.
You just told her that she should call you Ms. Angelo.
Miss Angelo, Dr. Angelo, Professor Angelo, Auntie.
Is that part of the problem in this culture that we have? There's not enough discipline. There's not enough respect.
You dirty bitch! Look what you've done to my peonies!
They're marigolds!
Good God, I think she's right. They are marigolds.
I may not know my flowers, but I know a bitch when I see one! You dirty...
Beezy, what's going on, my guy? What's
You
going
dirty biatch. What's up?
Man, what's going on, BZ? What you feel about Shahrazad, like, and how the sister did not want to give the black man credit, yo? Like, you know, I mean, we don't agree with everything Kevin said, but we still give him credit. We be at each other's neck, but we still get to give the man credit. God damn.
Yeah, you know, it come from that narcissism, man. And with Maya Angelou, that was some narcissistic shit off the bat, because you see when the girl asked the question, and I'm glad you hammering this motherfucker home, man, because I digged in the grave for this one.
You know, we gotta point this out. I was not even gonna show them the rest why she dodged that question. They gotta go on over to the 503 at the
A-
Bell channel. You know what I
Absolutely,
mean? For
absolutely,
that.
man.
But we
Because I just find it amazing that a lot of people that I talk to when I bring it up, they never knew that information. They never knew.
man, listen, we the righteous fear today, baby. We done broke stories that motherfuckers ain't never heard of, ain't never knew. I never knew this shit. KDH put me on to the Ice Cube shit. I never knew that shit. Man, learning is beautiful.
Yeah,
Learning is beautiful.
yeah, man. But yeah, just as far I mean, and you see when the girl asked the question,
Hmm.
the first thing she said was thank you. Like who thanks somebody for asking a question and then just totally avoids the question like that? You see how she said thank you before she went into that rant, right?
Right.
No, did you? I'm asking you.
I seen that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean that's weird. How do you thank somebody for asking them a question and then you just don't answer the shit and then you just turn it all on
And so,
them as
right.
they're being disrespectful and then the whole narrative changed in on the show about children disrespecting their elders.
Right. You saw our homie just changed it. Like that. We gonna play that back.
Kim, you had a question.
Yeah, I wanted to ask Maya her views on interracial relationships.
Oh, thank you. And first, I'm Miss Angelo.
Miss Angela.
Yes, ma'am. I'm not Maya. I'm 62 years old. I have lived so long and tried so hard that a young woman like you or any other you have no license to come up to me and call me by my first name. That's first. That's first. Also, because at the same time, I am your mother, I'm your auntie, I'm your teacher, I'm your professor. You see?
But how she feel that though? How she feel like that, bro? The entitlement.
To a total stranger.
Mm,
And
mm.
and another thing, what this is showing is don't question a woman, especially a black woman.
Women are always right.
So
Women are
I'm just
always
saying,
right.
as a child, you're not supposed to ask a question to your parents because they will tell you, because I said so. They will never explain and never explain and tell a child why. You know what I'm saying? Because the favorite question for a child is always why? Why this? Because they're always trying to
Yeah.
figure out why
To
this is
react.
and why that is, and you know what I'm saying. So if you are doing some devious shit or some punk shit, you don't want to explain it because it's going to sound bad.
You're right. And half the time, it ain't even that they doing devious or punk shit. It's that they never took the time to educate themselves realistically. So they have no information. They don't have the answer. The kid be sitting there talking about why, and they getting frustrated like a motherfucker. That's when the physical part come in, because we know a dummy get physical when they don't have the answer. Sway.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean it's always the retaliation and just like I said with that Stockholm syndrome, it's always some kind of underlying threat of violence, manipulation, or something when it comes to the parenting, especially of a single mother.
It's a fact though, bro. Because we know that to be true as fathers, because they try to they use that same manipulation tactic with us. Act wild, get dumb, try to act mean and shit. Like if that's gonna manipulate us and our emotions into doing what they want us to do. And some guys fold, you know what I mean. But if you emotionally intelligent, you ain't folding shit.
Yeah.
Um, the question is, what do I feel about interracial relationships? It is very hard to fall in love and stay there. If you fall in love with the fellow who lives next door, whose parents are friends with your parents, and the same race and the same culture, and you've gone to the same church all your lives and so forth, it is very hard for those two people to maintain an honorable relationship. I mean, two people from the same race and culture throughout the 40, 50 years of a marriage. It is more difficult if you come from separate, from other cultures. It's more difficult. But love is love. People fall in love. There is nothing one can do about falling in love. You may fall in love with a person whose family is feuding with your family. This is classic. One sees that in Romeo and Juliet. You see, when the Capulets, when these two families were warring. One sees that when Asian men fall in love with white women, when white men fall in love with Mexican women, or black men fall in love with white women. People don't sit out and say, okay, I'm going to make a...
Yo, that part tricks me all the time, though, because she do not say, and when black woman go with this one, and she just did not say, include herself.
Yeah, she didn't say when white men go with black women and when black women fall in love with white men, and that would have been very anecdotal for her because she is an expert in the subject. She could have explained the shit that she went through, the shit that she had to explain to her black family, the rejection of her husband's white family rejecting her, all kind of shit like that. The way society treated her when she was ghetto gagging, all kind of. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Yes,
That's a
that 14-year-old girl did her homework on this bitch, man.
That she did. Shorty had that.
She
Shorty is
got
the internet
offended.
before the internet. Shorty was the internet before the internet. Shorty definitely had researched you, Maya Angelou.
Yeah, she got offended, man. That was a defense mechanism, and that rant was to divert and give her time to think on what she was gonna say. Then she pulled out some old love poems and shit.
Some old crazy shit. Yeah, some old long, crazy, dumb shit, yo. She
Yeah.
went to one of her books. She went to one of her poems, one of her shits, yo. Damn, hold on, but now that you're here, shit, I might as well just show the pictures, man. Go to the tape, man. Go to the tape, man. Y'all make sure y'all take your ass on over there, though, to the 503, the Bell 503 channel, guys. But this shit was groundbreaking, man. Like, what the hell, man? I know all of y'all with the Maya Angelou paintings on your wall and shit. Y'all finna take it down now and shit.
All them books and shit.
All that dumb shit, yo. All right, guys, there you go. You know what I mean? Who is that, the bell?
Shit, that's one of them husbands, man. She
Maya
had
Angelou.
she had two of them. I think she got with one of them like 2 or 3 times. You know what I'm saying? Remarried the motherfucker or some shit.
Yo, we got Don Jeter in the motherfucker. What's going on, Don Jeter? How you been, man? Word, yo.
Family?
We up. We up. We definitely up, man. But yo, do you see this shit, Don Jeter? What do you gotta say? Did you know this about Maya Angelou, bro? You probably knew this.
I mean, it's a lot of stuff that had been said about her in her past, and on her being a woman of the night. A
Yeah,
lot
she
of
definitely
things
was
that
that.
had,
There she go right there.
yeah, yeah, like but I mean, me personally, I was a Langston Hughes fan. That's who I look to for like poems and poetry and stuff like that. So, I mean, I just heard things about Maya Angelou, but she was never a person I really like researched like that to be in her personal business, her upbringing. But I mean, it is what it is, man. But
So you
I just think
so did you know about the prostitution and the
yeah,
white
yeah.
husbands?
Yeah, no, I knew about the prostitution, but I didn't know that she was married to a white. I mean, was involved with a white guy at some point. And I didn't know that.
Not just one, sir.
Oh, I mean, hey, look, got me stumped.
She was married to multiple.
Yeah, they go
I'm
one.
learning.
That's
Listen,
one. And they go
as
one.
good bread drop it, bro. I'm learning at the same time. To be honest,
That shit was crazy, man. That shit crazy. Yo, what do you got for the What do you got for the Shahrazad Ali shit, man?
that's why I
That was
really came
disrespectful,
up
bro.
here because, bro, I'm not gonna cap, bro. That shit broke my heart. That shit broke my
Uh,
heart because I knew about her, but it was because of Kevin Samuels that I got way more in depth on her and her message as a person. And like I say, bro, KS, he's stern on men and women. And he paid, like I put in the chat room, I said, bro, I feel like he paid way more homage to her than he probably should have, bro, because me personally, let's just like say me and you homeboys good bread. And then, you know what I'm saying, we had a great relationship, or we cool when I'm alive. Let's just say I pass away, and then you go to Say Cheese or Vlad TV and do an interview, and you know what I'm saying, you just throw all type of dirt on my name, and it's like, damn, bro, I thought we was folks. You feel me? But bro, that it broke my heart, man, because I'm like, why would you laugh at this man death? And for me personally, I look at it from her in a real egotistical manner because he
Definitely. Perfect
that's
word.
just like I said, that's just me personally because KS KS wasn't new to the internet. He just wasn't big as he was. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't
Right.
get big until the pandemic hit. And it's like he literally he literally changed black culture when it comes to men's worth and what women should expect and bring to the market. And Shahrazad Ali, she had been doing this for like 20, 30 years preaching this. But back then, they had talk shows and daytime sitcoms, TV and stuff like that. But she been famous for a long time, bro. But they was giving her a lot of pushback. KS got pushback from hyenas. That was about it.
Yeah. Yo,
But
KS put their moms on point and the daughters on point. Shazak she did not connect with the moms. She did not connect with the women in her generation. She may have had a few, but she did not overallly connect. If she would have moved the needle, this red pill shit wouldn't be. What would we need red pill for if she'd have moved the needle, bro? Think about it. She did nothing.
good bread. For her to say he wasn't successful, bro, that's when I
Yo,
was
that was
like, oh
disrespectful.
man, what are you talking about, lady? He
Yo,
was
Beezy,
super
Yeah.
successful.
what do you think about that laugh shit? That too got me with the laugh, boy.
Yeah, I mean that was just the evil in a lot of black women anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like they laugh at a lot of black men's pain and suffering, especially when they ain't on the same accord as the black woman. You know what I mean? Because you could find some of them was laughing and giggling about Kobe's death because he wasn't
Mm-hmm.
married to a black woman. You know what I'm saying? At the time he died. Now with her, I could give her a pass on the on kind of like the defense mechanism she uses because like my guy said, she's been doing this for about 40 years or so. You know what I'm saying? That I can think of on different talk shows, and she was always getting pushed back. And the thing is, when you like paved the way and you taking the brunt of a lot of bullshit, like say like and I can understand as far as Tommy Sotomayor with
Right.
his issue with Kevin, because Kevin switched his platform from one thing to the next, right? And then
Okay.
the last avenue he was in was this red pill space, and the subject matter that he did when at his death, right? But he took bits and pieces from a lot of people that had that type of content, right? And you
Yeah.
see he mentioned her name a lot. So he took a lot of her subject matter and used it on his platform. He took a lot of, he took some Jap, he took some Tommy, he took some of everybody, right? And he gave certain people their credit, and some people he didn't give his credit, and that's what Tommy Sotomayor's issue was with him. But
Him and
like,
Angry Man.
yeah, and with her, you know, um, I don't see a lot of black women supporting her, and I think a lot of black men were afraid to support her because with a lot of black men, a lot of niggas, especially the pro-black niggas,
Sisterhood.
are are sexually motivated. Most of these black movements are sexually motivated. You know what I'm saying, when it comes to black men. And that's why you see a lot of these niggas pandering like a Umar Johnson or like any other type of nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like a Obama. You know, these niggas never speak out about black women issues, right? So this woman right here, she had more man in her than the majority of niggas in the black community.
Right.
Hey, Goodbread.
Yeah.
You be on TikTok?
Nah, I don't got TikTok.
No, I don't be on it either. But hey, it's a dude on TikTok, right? I mean, we come from the streets, but we grown men, doing grown men things. But it's the dude. I seen a clip. It's a dude on TikTok, bro. He talking cash money, big shit about KS. I'm talking about like
Oh, I seen a video.
real
I got that
defamatory.
video. Yeah, I got that. I saw a
You
clip
you
of
know what I'm
that.
talking about?
I know exactly who you're
He
talking
be
about. I
sitting on
saw.
like the steps or whatever.
Yeah, he's sitting on some steps. He's sitting on some steps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
him. And he been going for a good little minute under the radar. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I ain't know if you saw it or not. 'Cause like I said,
Yeah.
I'm not on TikTok. But
Niggas is wild. Niggas
to
be wilding. Like that's sad when you got to do that to cloud up over a dead person. That shit weak to me. In my opinion.
but yeah, to piggyback off of what Bell was saying, bro, this lady here, man, like, bro, this shit's heartbreaking, bro. It's
You
heartbreaking to
know,
hear
let's
because
play it one
I
more
mean,
time.
she's
Let's
a
play it. Let's
bro.
play it
It's
one more
hard. Yeah,
time.
go ahead, play it, bro. It's heartbreaking to hear this from.
And he acknowledged your work as being an inspiration for his views about relationships in our community, right? Did you agree with
He acknowledged your work, bro, and you laugh. Like he telling you that Kev he gave the big up to you, yo. Listen to that. He gave the big up to you, man.
acknowledge your work as being an inspiration for his views about relationships in our community, right? Um, did you agree with Kevin Samuel's approach?
No, I didn't agree with Kevin Samuels. He agreed with me, and he was always so respectful to me. And we
That's
were
the
getting ready
ego
to do
speaking right
something
now.
though. We were going to do a big thing in Atlanta, and then he went and died. So I guess that wasn't supposed to happen. But
Wasn't nothing funny about it, bro.
And see, the thing is, what she said. I mean, all that laughing, that's that evil spirit. But what she said when he was like, she wanted the credit for what he was doing. You see what I'm saying? And
That's
when
the
you got
ego.
people like that, that are seeking credit for their work, and you giving praise to somebody else, and you got that narcissism in you, and you got that, that underlying evil, whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's what was coming out, and that laughter.
I agree with you, Bell, bro, because I'm like, bro, if this man sat here and told you to your face, he give you credit of your work. I've heard him mention her countless numbers of times. Bro, to hear her speak like this, man, after this man not even here, bro, like I said, it's heartbreaking, man, because she's from the I think she's from the Nation of Islam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, they have a creed and a code that they live by on how they carry themselves and their standards and statutes. And it's just like, man, come on. Like
I
you,
hope it ain't. I hope it ain't that Creed and Code that the Crimson Cure carry us something and live
she
by.
she 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 from the Nation of Islam too.
Oh man, I see a pattern. I see
She
a
from the
pattern.
Nation of Islam too.
But they
Hey,
tried to kill me. They tried to cut my head off
good
when I
bread,
said it ain't how a person look and appear. Yeah.
good bread. I'm not even gonna cap, bro. I ain't gonna cap. I used to watch her. I say about 4 5 months ago, and then one day, I work for the system, but one day, man, I was chilling with my little brother, man. He was like, I got some sour runts. I was like, what the fuck is that? I don't get how I don't smoke weed, but I hit the blunt one time, and I was watching YouTube, and her video came on, and I was just like, this motherfucker a grifter
hmm
because she's speaking to women, but I'm looking at her chat room, and I'm like, there's no women in the chat room. It's all dudes. She's
hmm
pandering.
hmm
She
Yep.
pandering to lames
Bro,
and simps to
I'm gonna
make them
tell you.
feel good.
I'm gonna tell you when I knew it was real. Cause I'm from the YouTube era where I saw Jessica X doing what she's doing, but Jessica X at least had females. You remember the UK girl, Jessica X. Crimson was mad. She was tearing her down. She was saying the same thing that she's doing now. That's what Jessica X was doing. She was calling out for it, right? She tore her down. Then Pearly popped up. She was mad. She thought she was next up to be taking these niggas' money. She hated on Pearly. Everybody hated on fucking Pearly. You notice you don't really hear shit about Pearly anymore. They got her. Had to apologize for stupid shit. She already apologized. Had to apologize for stupid shit. Then the black bitch go and take her after she apologized for chilling with for interviewing the nigga. The black bitch go and take pictures all hugged up with the same nigga that they just too Pearly down for. You see, you can't
What's
fuck with it, like bro. Then Crimson Cure jumped her ass in the spot, so now she's queen number one. Take niggas money in that order, bro, in that order.
it's somebody just said something in the chat, and I wanted to say that they correct. Toxic ring scandal. He said, didn't MTR do an interview with her? And yeah, he did do an interview with her. But she knew that MTR and KS was real close.
Yeah.
So
KS set
she
that up. If you ask me, KS probably set that up.
no, this was after he had them passed when they did the interview. I think this was like around this time last year, like around August, September last year. KS had already done passed. But yeah, they definitely did do an interview, but she didn't say nothing negative about Kev on that because she knew MTR and Kev was like, they broke bread together. They was real close.
Yeah.
But bro, like
This
I said, bro, this is
this
just
is more
heartbreaking.
so her. Yeah, this is more so her. You could tell this was set up. She knew the answer, how she wanted to answer that. She knew all that, man. This is not a random interview, bro. This is not a random interview for her.
I lost a lot of respect for this lady over this, man, because like you could have just, even if you feel that way on the inside, you supposed to have self-control and just honor that man's name because he did a great thing for our community on self-awareness, on what women should expect from the certain type of man they looking for. I'm not even gonna cap to you, bro. I I've been working for my job almost going on 16 years. I get paid great. And I didn't even know I had work to do until I started watching KS content. I'm like, shit, I still got more work to do. I thought I was, you know what I'm saying? But I'm
Mm-hmm.
not in the dating market either, though. I'm not in
Mm-hmm.
dating market either, but it just brought me awareness on how bad it is out here. Just listening to the KS platform and what females require and what they want and what they're looking for. And I'm like, yeah, damn, like I can imagine a guy that's like 22, 23. You know what I'm saying? And he want to get with a female, but like, bro, if you 22, 23 years old, you about to get ready to graduate from college, or you know what I'm saying, you working towards upward mobility. Most dudes 22, 23 ain't sitting on 6 figures unless you in the streets running your bag up that type of way, or you a content creator with motion on the internet. Other than that, you
Definitely.
are an average earning worker, and these females around that age with that youthfulness, they looking past you. They looking past you, bro. And I got hip to that. I didn't know it was that bad out here. I really did. But
For his views
KS,
about relationships in our community, right?
yeah.
Did you agree with Kevin Samuel's approach?
No, I didn't agree with Kevin Samuels. He agreed with me, and he was always so respectful to me. And we were getting ready to do something though. We were going to do a big thing in Atlanta, and then he went and died. So I guess that wasn't supposed to happen.
Hey, hold on, bro.
But
Let me.
Kevin,
Can we break this part down?
Mm-hmm.
The
My bad,
question.
Toxic Ring scandal. He said it was 2 years ago. That's my fault. I thought it was recent. Go ahead, Bill.
Hold on, bro. Um, when he asked if she agreed with Kevin Samuels, and she said no, he agreed with me. So in that in that answer to that question, that means they didn't agree with each other.
Right.
Because
It's condescending.
if he agreed with you, then that means you agreed with him as well because you was on the same accord. But see, the thing is, what she wanted to point out that no, he looked up to me. I didn't look up to him. I started this shit. I was doing this shit before him.
And I go back to the Maya Angelou.
Right.
They take that stance over you, man.
But but I don't know. I mean, as far as y'all's knowledge, though, what females do you know supported her platform?
None.
Because when you said you looked into her like chat rooms and stuff like that or whatever, it was mostly men that was listening to her. But
No, we was talking about Crimson Cure.
Her as well, because somebody called they referred her to her as a panderer to men.
Yeah. Definitely. More men read her book. More men. You saw how Kevin read her book. Kevin.
So the question is, did you ever know any women that was shouting her out and giving her praise like the men were?
Nope.
Well, then that's why she got the pushback from women. You know what I'm saying? So because any time you go against women, you are going to be considered evil and the bad guy.
Mm-hmm. But Kevin didn't get as much pushback as her because they was running through the doors to see Kev, and that's what she hating on.
Well,
that's
that
what
was
she mad about.
Yeah, but they was running through the doors to see Kev. As far as men is concerned, I mean, women were on his platform to like, oh, I'm gonna show him, I'm gonna get him told, or whatever the case may be. That was the majority of women's purpose of coming on his platforms or whatever the case may be, right? And then a lot of women that watched wanted to see that, like say, a lot of motherfuckers didn't like Muhammad Ali when he was in his prime. A lot of people did not like him, black and white, because you don't want to. It's just something against rich, black, and flashy and confident.
Success.
Just like with Dion, right? There's something about that black people hate. Just the average motherfucker hates because they're not them. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, you, me. I know what you mean. Nigga, go on, nigga.
Right.
I could jump in the Bill.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, because you made a great point, bro. Kevin Samuels was very smart. I'm gonna show you how he was so smart, right? He knew something that most of us didn't know at the time when it was very prevalent, especially during the pandemic, when how he blew up. Because you got to remember, you said it earlier that Kevin Samuels' platform changed multiple times. Because at first he started off talking about cologne and clothes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he switched from colognes and clothes. He started having discussions like how he was doing with the women. He started with the men first. And a lot of women didn't pay attention to none of those live streams or none of that because it wasn't in their interest.
Right.
Because like you say, don't nobody give a fuck about men or what happened to men or nothing like that. So once he switched his platform and he was like, "Don't no men call in. I only want women." He showed women. He figured out that this is what women want. So I'm gonna show these women what it looks like to be with this type of person and what you should expect and what you should bring to the market. That was his golden goose. So you had thousands of women in his chat room and
And
men.
that's, you know what it was too. He figured it out. He went to their ballpark. He went to their ballpark, and their ballpark is Instagram. Because it wasn't until he started doing them Instagram lives that more and more women. Because you got to remember, women controlling these apps. And on Instagram, that's they field right there. That's where you get all your Instagram models and shit. So once he opened up shop over there on Instagram, it was over. And then he just transferred the gram to the YouTube.
But Goodbread, he went even further than that. What he did was he appealed to what women, modern women, not traditional, wholesome women like you have and I have. He went to modern women, and he
Yeah,
know what
yeah.
modern
That's
women
what
want.
Instagram. And that's Instagram. That's because they gonna be lazy. No chick gonna just come to the platform. What he did was he went to their world. Yep, he went to modern woman world. We know that Instagram modern women out.
And what's the
Ain't no
first
ain't no
thing modern
virtual.
women want? What's the first
The
thing modern
attention,
women want? No,
attention.
they want something more than attention.
What's that?
Money, money,
Mm,
money.
not before the attention, bro. They want that
Listen,
attention first.
they want the
They want
money.
that attention first.
His whole platform was congregated around six-figure men, high-value men. So
Yeah,
all these
but you gotta look.
females,
You gotta understand, right? When you skill pack the layers, he didn't pay them to come on his show. They
no,
jumped their
no,
ass on there for the attention of those males that you're talking about. But it
I
starts
can
with the
agree with that.
attention.
I
Before
can.
they get to the money, they do it for the attention, bro. Attention to new crack. And then everything else falls into place. Then if they can get some money for their non-sexual attention, you know what I mean? Then that's what it is. But if they do it for the attention, they got to get your attention first before they get in your pocket.
But all of them, once Kev talked to them, and all of them started telling their story, bro, they just got embarrassed one by one.
Hey,
And
bro.
he,
Hey,
go
bro.
ahead,
Hey,
Vale.
I mean, I know you speak of the pros of Kevin Samuels. Do you have any cons?
Do I have any cons? Um, but one, he should have been drinking them damn Red Bulls.
No, 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 no. I'm talking about the subject. I ain't talking about the.
A subject. I don't know. Help me out. Help me out. I
No,
can't think
I
of.
can't help you out, man. I'm talking about.
I mean,
This
honestly,
is your perspective.
I mean, honestly, me personally, I think sometimes, he was a little bit closed-minded on who he was, certain women he was speaking to, versus, what I'm saying, him letting them, what I'm saying, get their shots off and say everything. But at the same time, like I said, Kev was very methodical.
You mean
And
like the difference between the regular women and the celebrity women that he talked to? Like how the
exactly,
conversations are different?
exactly like how he didn't go in on Nicki Minaj, and he was like, everybody in my comment section was like, "Why you ain't cook her?" And it's
Yeah.
like, bro, just because she's a celebrity, that don't mean she don't get the same work. I think he was very subjective on who he gave that work to. Honestly,
Right. Right.
and that's a con I can say about that.
What about the tricking part?
What do you mean?
How he promoted tricking?
I wouldn't necessarily say he promoted tricking. That's just me, because if if this guy, if these women want this man making this type of money, this man can spend his money how he wants to. But if you buying booty, you just buying booty. If you spending your money how you want to spend your money, and it has nothing to do with any type of sexual activity, it's I mean, bro, it's I don't know. I don't know. That's kind of a hard question, because I never got a sense of him saying that, what I'm saying, men that's making over six figures are tricking on women.
No,
I
no, no,
just
no.
never got
He promoted men buying pussy. He talked about hiring escorts. He even did it himself.
Was it an example, or did he actually say it out of his mouth? Because I missed that.
Yeah, yeah, he said it out his mouth.
Oh, okay. I mean, well, if he said that, then I'm against that. Because I ain't buying no damn booty. I'm against that. But I never
Right,
heard him
right,
say
right.
that.
Yeah, I'm just
I,
saying. I'm just saying, like, I mean, all the way around, like, as far as the pros and cons of his message, and what I'm saying is, I mean, as far as like promoting the six figure men,
mhm.
right? It was really, I mean, because he gave no game to the men as far as the type of women that they were going to attract. Because he talked about the fit, feminine, friendly bitch or whatever, which is a rare breed of woman. He talked about the six figure men as far as black men, which is a rare breed of man. But you're talking to the masses, and when you're talking about a six figure man to the majority of women that was on his platform that you know whatever, right? So it belittled the blue collar man.
No, the bell. I'm glad you said that because now I just saw another con. What you just said that because he always say, "Oh, I'm for men. I stand up for men." Blah squaze squaze. But his platform was catered to high value men. But then he always say, "Y'all not gonna shit on the blue collar workers." And it's like, bro, everybody that come on your show, 97% of these females, they want a female. I mean, not a female. They want a male in the category of making six figure or better. That's why you got this type of traction. So that there, I think that was a what's the word I'm looking for? Help me out, good bread. Um, what's the word I'm looking for? I think there was like I don't want to say that word, like a double-edged sword.
Contradiction.
A contradiction. There you go. There you go. I think that was very contradictory because bro, everybody watch your platform that are men. They work blue collar jobs. That's why people watch your platform because you're advocating for the average person that don't have a platform and you speaking for them, but you're
Yeah,
appealing to women that want men that's not working blue collar jobs.
that's
And
what I
that's why I
mean.
said that's
And,
why I
and
was telling you, good bread, about, you know what I'm saying? I realized that it's work I need to do on myself, even though I make six figures, but I just realized it's work I need to do on myself.
and see, I'm glad you said that, bro, because when you said that, I just thought of the live I did earlier when I explained the reason why niggas is running around here tricking. And see,
Hmm.
that was my thing with Kev too, because all you doing is being entertainment now for the majority. For 95% of the people that watched his content, he was entertainment for them. He was only gonna keep them stagnant. And I don't know why people think they can sit here and intake and pop these red pills, the real red pills, and automatically be activated. And just because you know a bunch of talking points, that automatically make you an alpha male. Like, no, bro, you got to put them talking points to use and get the experience. Because 95% of men, women do not respect their non-sexual attention, bro. And if a chick don't respect don't value your non-sexual attention, you gonna have to pay. You gonna have to pay that, and that's what it is. And they don't not respect everybody's non-sexual attention because alpha males and sigma males, they get desired, bro. They get desired. Those are the men that niggas could charge them their sexual attention. Like, Rich, I can charge you for my sexual attention. I can charge you for my non-sexual attention. You
Right.
know what I
Good
mean?
bread.
Hey, now let me tell you something. You know how to keep a square nigga dumb is to not give
How?
him no game.
Yep.
Now, if we talking about the modern woman,
The bell, you could be a square and have a game. I consider myself a square.
if you I mean, but there's certain things that's gonna go over your head and then you're gonna miss, is especially like with this message. You know what I'm saying, with the example I'm giving you about Kevin, right? If you was just listening to the good, and you wouldn't dissect in the bad, you would go along and go down that road and not be prepared for what's down that road. Now, I'm gonna tell you what's down the road for a high value man that's single, that's out in these streets. You said you married, right? So you should be safe in your household. I'm talking about a dude in the streets because he was talking to the majority of single men, because married men, what was the benefit of listening to Kevin Samuels? A non-married man, a man with failed marriages, a man that didn't show you what he was preaching. You were just seeing it on the internet. So what I'm saying is, and then see, I want to talk about the setup. The setup was telling men they had options and men don't cheat, right? Now you tell me in any family court what irreconcilable differences mean. So if you feel that you a high value man just because you're making money, and the woman that you fuck with don't consider you a high value man and don't play by them rules, or what's the purpose of being a high value man, or even considering yourself that? If the bitch that fucks with you don't ain't on the same page.
The Bell, I did subscribe to you earlier. I want to answer your question. I subscribed to you early because I was ninja watching because I was working. So I just had my headphones on. I was listening to Goodbread when he said he going to your channel. So I went to your channel and I started listening to y'all finish the conversation up. But I did subscribe to you. When you get a chance, can you please, if you can find through Kev content, one of them when he was talking about trick, and then I mean if you want to do a live on it, and then we could speak about it. That's I would definitely come on your platform and speak on it. But I want to hear that because I don't think I ever heard it.
Well, like, Goodbread, have you heard it?
Yeah, I can find out. I can dig that up. And in fact,
no, I ain't talking about digging it up. I said, have you heard it yourself?
Yeah, on several occasions I heard Kevin say his whole motto is fucked up though, because his whole motto is really he's telling men to risk your health.
Yeah, I want to hear that.
$100,000, so you get to $100,000, and then you could just pick a female. The more money you get, the worse of these females is gonna become. The higher up the ladder, the worse the women. So the game he was giving the niggas that was watching him was not the game that the niggas that was watching him could use. But he did. That was his whole regimen.
Nah, I definitely don't agree with that.
Get $100,000, and then you can pick a bitch.
I think that'll be a good live to expound on, but nah, I definitely don't agree with going to go buy no box. I mean, if you doing your job, bro.
That's their motto in the manosphere. Like a lot of them have given up because they can't tell their subscribers, yo, you got to get your charisma up. No man want to hear that. So they ain't going to super chat you. They ain't going to keep coming to your channel now. If you don't sell me a hope, if you don't sell me a fruit punch pill, you know what I mean? Give me some shit. Give me something. Give me some hope. I ain't finna do no work, but please give me some hope. And that's pretty much what it come down to. You know what I mean? And niggas know that they can't give niggas the raw, unmitigated, brutally honest truth, because then they'll lose traction.
And the same goes for the passport bros.
That's what I wanted to get to with you, the Bell.
Because
a lot of them passport bros dudes, they was watching Kev hard.
A lot of square lame niggas was watching Kev. A lot of dudes was cheering on him with pom poms because here was a man that you could see speaking up to women, which most of these niggas didn't have the courage to do. So when you see your hero doing some shit that you don't have the capability of doing, then you gonna cheer for your hero.
DeBell, did you actually ever hear Kevin Samuels say, "Get a passport and leave the country"?
I didn't hear him. I just mentioned the passport bros. I can't put passport bro in Kevin's mouth.
No, listen. I'm building up to something, but go ahead.
Go ahead.
Nah, that's what he mean. I think I know what you mean right there. the nigga Kevin said he said a lot of things, right? And niggas
Speaking
was so
indirectly.
invested, yeah, but niggas was so invested with the pom-poms, like Bell said, that they went and took sections of his talking points and made their own little groups out of the shit. Niggas made groups out of talking points. He might have said this shit. This is an option a man have, and these niggas went and made
Nah,
a
I'm gonna
group
tell you
out
what
of
he
it.
said, good bread. I'm gonna tell you what he said, boy, because I never forget this. I said, bro, this man indirectly started a whole movement. I remember him. He said it multiple times. He was like, "Black women, y'all got to get y'all shit together because I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Your biggest competition is gonna be Maricel, Becky, and Mingling." I think that's what he said. He said
Right.
it a couple of times.
But who was he talking to? He talking to niggas that was on a black bitch plantation though. I mean, that right there didn't resonate to dudes that was already dating outside of their race. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he can only encourage those type of dudes that never dated outside of their race to do that. And it was kind of like uh uh the reverse of the diversity movement of black bitches saying they gonna date outside their race and they gonna get them a white man. So these niggas start talking about I'm gonna go overseas and the women over there is fit, feminine, and friendly, but you would never see these niggas coming back with a bitch. You never
Right.
seen a lot of these niggas
Right.
with the results of going overseas because this is the thing. Them niggas would always say, "Well, don't bring them back over here." And they love us over there, but you know what I'm saying? If they love you over there so much, how come they ain't coming over here to get you? You the one that got to go over there to get them. And the thing is, a lot of these dudes, they was talking about more marriage than the women. So with all these old hopeful romantic and romantic ass niggas,
I
you know what
mean,
I'm saying? That
me
like
personally, DeBelle, I feel like, I mean, hey man, it's your money, man. Do what you want to do, but
If you telling a man that, if you trying to give a man game that, and then you telling them to, hey man, it's only money, do what you want to do or whatever, right? Now this is where you're gonna get a nigga in a twist, right? Because if you telling a nigga just be an open lick for a bitch, now you see the climate of what's going on. A lot of females, you see that a nigga that's a six-figure nigga, and the females see you as a lick. Ain't no talking about integrity and honesty and hardworking and all this loving and all this old type of shit. Them ain't the words that's being used, and that ain't even the motive of a woman getting a high value man. It's a woman trying to secure the bag, and if you want to talk about that a little later, man, I will show you some. Hey man,
yeah,
I'll
we can definitely talk
yeah,
about it. I
yeah,
told
yeah,
you
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
subscribed. I subscribed to you. I
Yeah,
subscribed to you earlier
right,
today.
right. Because I'm gonna start, I'm gonna start putting some more shit out, man. And I'm really, because my shit is geared towards, uh, what I'm saying, more about bitches and hoes, and you know what I'm saying, and that type
So
of
let me
thing.
ask you a question though. Let me ask you a
Yeah.
question though.
Yeah, keep
So,
that shit away from keep that shit away
what you say,
from
good
me.
bread?
I'm fucking with Bob.
What you say, good bread?
I got a reputation though. I got a
All right,
reputation though.
so
I can't be fucking
listen.
with no bad influences.
Let me ask the question though. So, okay, so we got Western culture over here. Women they want this, they want that. Dude with money, want to be the housewife, blah blah squad, whatever. So, do
You
you
said
think it's
who
the?
want to be the housewife?
I'm saying females too. They saying the guy got to make six figures because they want to live a specific type of way.
They didn't say they want to be a housewife.
I mean, I've been saying it.
Yeah,
Bro,
they want
I've
to
been
live a
saying that.
certain way off your money. They want to be on.
Exactly.
They want to be on a boat. They want to be kicking it with their girls. They want to be fucking with the side nigga. They want to be riding in the shit that they see these other hoes riding in, because they know these other hoes got it from a 6-figure nigga and another trick type nigga.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that. But my thing is, what's the difference between a guy dealing with a transactional relationship here in America with no cooperation and the extra plethora of things that comes on versus him leaving and having
What?
the mindset on fully vetting a woman if he leave the
Wait,
country for cooperation.
wait. Hold on, bro. How you vetting a bitch on vacation?
I'm not. What I'm saying is, if you a person,
No, you
me,
just said that you could fully vet her when you go on vacation, but you
I
can't
never
vet.
said vacation.
Well, when you're going out of the country, you're on vacation.
I mean, you could be you could leave the country and go live for a while and then come back.
You could, but they ain't.
I'm just speaking on a general perspective from
On the
their
general
standpoint.
perspective, these niggas is going to the DR for about a week or 2 weeks and going to buy some pussy, and then they coming back talking about how beautiful it was and how much pussy they got.
I don't know, because I'm not one of them, but I kind of understand. I'm just being honest.
I know. So
But
let's keep it honest.
I understand they plight if you are a sincere person and you don't want to deal with Western culture and you want to get something traditional. I can understand they plight.
Yeah,
That's just me. I can understand that because
but why do you call somebody in the DR traditional?
I never said DR.
Well, a lot of these niggas talk about the DR and other places where they can get cheap pussy, but where else are they going that they getting these high quality, high
They
class
going
women?
to they from what I see on the
Thailand.
internet, they going to Thailand, they going to
Do you know
Singapore,
what's in
they going to
Thailand?
Korea. Yeah, I've been twice.
Lady boys.
Lady boys. I was just gonna say,
Okay,
but
so they don't tell
but
you about that, right?
no,
They,
I hear about it, but I just
no, no,
don't
no, no,
look
no,
at it.
no. Them trick niggas that go over there, they don't tell you about the lady boys they fuck with, right?
I'm looking at it from
Do you feel
them as
that an overseas
heterosexual.
prostitute is a traditional woman?
I can't Bill. I can't say that.
Well, I'm just saying, you asking me
All
questions.
these
I'm
men.
asking you questions too, man.
Nah, I mean,
No.
no, you right. You right,
Okay.
but we don't know these people, but they messages they're looking for tradition. So I'm not saying that they going to go mess. I can't say that about them 'cause I don't know them.
Right.
I can't put that jacket on them and say wear it.
Right. So you can't put that jacket on them and call them high value either.
I never said they was high value.
Oh, I'm just saying, but you were saying what they was doing was high value type man shit, going overseas and
I never
exploring the
said that,
options. And
DeBelle. I
okay,
never said that.
I
I
got you.
just said that. I said, what's the difference from them leaving America when they know that most relationships in the current date market is transactional versus them spending their money getting on the plane to go find something traditional that they can build with.
But you keep saying it's traditional over there. You keep saying that like they're going to get something better.
Yeah, if you can't put the jacket one way, you can't put the jacket the other way. That's what.
I mean, I guess I can agree with that. I guess I can agree with that because, I mean, I'm a traveling person. So I've seen a lot of countries.
And you also a married man.
I am, and gonna stay one. But I mean,
Absolutely.
I'm just saying, bro. I could just understand where they coming from. That's all I'm saying. I can understand where they coming from, but I mean,
So
it's
you got
multifaceted.
traditional at home, right?
Of course, I just had a baby, bro.
A lot of women have babies. That don't mean they're traditional, but you consider what you got at home traditional, right?
I don't consider it. I know it.
Okay, well, you know it. Now, if you found out that in your wife's past she was a prostitute, would you still consider her traditional?
I wouldn't.
Okay. Now, see, these niggas fall in love with what they see. They don't know about her past. Some of them do, some of them don't. But some of them ain't gonna tell you that, yeah, man, I met my wife on Bumble. Yeah, she was selling pussy, or I met her on Arrows, or you know what I'm saying, or I met her on the track over there in the DR, or whatever the case may be, right? They're not gonna tell you that. Just like a woman is not gonna tell you how many abortions she had. She'll tell you how many kids she got, but she ain't gonna tell you how many abortions she had. Because the thing about it is judgment, and nobody
I
wants
hear
to be
one
judged.
abortion, it's over with. I couldn't even deal with just one because that's a
Well,
cynical act of a person to not even give a kid the opportunity to experience life, bro.
right,
That's cynical. Cynical.
yeah. But and see, the thing is, I mean, back when I was talking about the Kev thing, right? Is when you promote a certain thing and don't give, because when you talk about the good, you got to talk about the bad too, right? And in this climate, we got a bunch of broads that have a prostitute mentality, and a lot of them have a groupie mentality, and a lot of them smell money, and a lot of them want to have a lifestyle to where they don't have to work and they don't have to do shit and live a certain lifestyle. And it's not because they love that man. They love what that man can provide. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same way a prostitute sees a trick. She doesn't give a fuck about the man. It's what he does for her is what she loves.
DeBell, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Um, are you married or currently in a relationship?
No, I'm not married. I don't believe in it.
Okay, I respect that. But you
I
have a
told you that though. I told you that none of us do the marriage over here, but that's okay.
I mean, yeah, to each his own, bro. It's nothing wrong with that, man.
Fact.
Y'all work y'all move the way it need to be worked. It's nothing wrong with that at all. But are you currently in a relationship or you mess with anybody?
I mess with some people.
Okay. So let me ask you, he wild, the bell. He off the chain. Okay, but for the person that might be watching the stream or in the room or whatever,
Mhm.
what advice would you give them on how to navigate the dating market?
Um, how to navigate the date market as far as like going into looking for a female, you mean? Like
I
like
mean, you can get
like
on a dating app and
no
get
no
a
no no no
female.
no no no. You said navigate it like as far as like once you interact with a female, like how to take her through a evaluation process, or
I think anybody with common sense knows how to do that.
no, they
I
don't.
mean, I'm not saying that to be
Common sense
derogative
ain't
towards
common.
you.
Common sense ain't
Exactly,
common.
exactly. That's why I said I wasn't saying it to be derogative
No
towards
no
you
no
or
no
anything,
no.
but I
I'm
would
trying
think.
to understand your question. I'm trying to get. I
Okay,
mean,
so
that's
let's
why
let's just say
I
let's
just
just
threw
say
that out there.
it's a
How would
young
you help
dude.
somebody, bro? How would you help somebody out, bro, nigga? We've been asking you this question for like 2 years too, my nigga.
Yeah, but I've been
Finally,
telling
somebody
you
else
to hit that
asking.
motherfucking cash app for 2 years
Exactly.
too, nigga.
I'm sitting back here waiting for I'm like, if this nigga answer this motherfucker nigga Don G to question me, it's gonna be a motherfucking problem on here tonight. Cause I didn't
Oh,
Don
Goodbread, you
Jeter,
been asking
you
him the
ain't took
same question?
motherfucker. Yeah, way better than you
I
though.
didn't
You
even
you
know that.
you
I didn't
beating
even
around
know
the
that.
bush and shit. You beating
I
around the
didn't even
bush.
know that.
Yo, if I was a incel, if I was an incel and I stumbled over the Mr. Goodbread channel tonight, how would you help me get a date? I'm just gonna get to that.
I didn't even know
How
this
can
was
I get a
a
date,
big
bro?
a big question. I didn't know that, bro. Cause bro, he got all the answers. So I'm just like, let's just say this little young guy. Hey, good bread, good bread, good bread. I'm like, hey, bro, he answering all the questions. So I just said, okay, goddamn, you got your back against the wall, you in the corner, and this your first day in prison, and you gotta fight,
Yo,
you gotta
you know
fight
what's
five
crazy, Don
niggas right
Jeter?
now.
You know what's crazy, Don Jeter? This
What's going on?
is your payback for the last time what you did to JJ. This is your payback right here for
What you
that
mean,
shit you
JJ? Who is JJ?
Remember JJ? You said JJ hit the cash app. How you gonna tell JJ to hit the cash app, my nigga?
Oh, you know me, boy. I hit the cash out. I hit the cash out. It's no issue.
No. Last time you was here, bro, you was wildin'. Last time you was here, you was wildin'. But see how God paid you back tonight. You met your match tonight.
But see, you ain't got to
No,
worry.
no.
You ain't got to worry about that, man, because you got a woman at home, man. You ain't got to worry about these streets, man. Leave this shit to the pros, man.
But I
Can you
asked you
answer
that
the question though?
I asked. Listen, hold on, good. I asked him that question because you got to realize the internet is accessible to everybody. So you got young guys out here that don't know what to do in order to get the results that they want and need. And I see that you a knowledgeable person on how to carry yourself, and you can in the results. Like you said, if they gotta hit the cash app and hit the bell, hit the subscribe button to,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, the
But
bell. That's
hey,
respectable.
man, it's a lot of niggas that can hang out with Michael Jordan for 6 months and still won't be able to touch the rim.
This nigga got a goddamn caveat to everything.
Yeah.
God damn. Bro, he got a hey, bro, he is slick with it, bro. He got a caveat to everything. Well, hey, look, for all you young niggas that come across this video, the game has to be paid for because he not telling y'all how to do it.
but I gave them the game earlier, man. I told them they gotta work on self-improvement, guys. You gotta make your non-sexual attention, meaning without you having you being you, getting around a female and having her value who you are. You gotta get that up. It's just not gonna come to you. You gotta do your self-improvement. You gotta go mgtow, you know what I mean? Get away from the world. Get in that relationship with yourself. Pour into you. Invest in you. Every single dollar you would go trick off, put that shit into you. You know what I mean? Women notice self-improvement first. So it's gonna be a point where all you gotta do is just walk around them, boy, and they're gonna be calling you. They're gonna be calling your name.
I'm
and
not
they're
even
gonna be
cap,
checking
Good
for
Bread.
your
Oh, go ahead, finish. I didn't mean to cut you off. I apologize.
No, you got it.
I asked the bill that question because just like me, when I was speaking about the passport rules, when I met my old lady, I was in college. Like I wasn't even 20 yet. You know what I'm saying? But she was a foreign exchange student. And this was right around the time when MySpace first hit. And I was like, oh, the internet is fucking lit, nigga. It's lit. I'm talking about, I seen the biggest flexes of the flexers. This dude live in my city, man. He had a briefcase with maybe about $1,000 and like all paper up under it and had like $100 sitting on top of it. And I seen him say, hit the mall money. Bro, when I seen that and he got like 300,000 friends immediately, I said, oh, it's over with. It's over with. I said, bro, I can't do nothing with it. I saw where, look at, like I said, this was MySpace. MySpace. I said, bro, I can't do nothing with nothing that's going on over right here, man. I seen females busting it open, this, that, and the third, twerking, whatever.
So you mean he had $100 bill on top of a 900 ones?
No, he had $100 bills up under paper, $1,000 and paper up under it, and he had a suitcase and opened it up, and he said, hit the mall money. I'm like,
like it was like he was thought he had 100,000 on him,
like a briefcase full of money. And I'm like, this nigga live across the street from me with his mom.
Yeah.
And I'm watching how the females is flocking to it. Like I said, that's when I knew. I said, oh no, it's over with. And
so
then Facebook,
so with seeing that, wouldn't you want to question a nigga?
I knew him. I ain't have to question.
I'm just saying, but the other niggas on the internet.
No, I'm talking about the females, the attention he got from the females. That's when
right.
I said,
but I'm just saying, if niggas is perpetrating like that on the internet, not just him, but other niggas, wouldn't that make you want to question most of these niggas? Or are you just gonna go along with everything they say?
Back in the day, MySpace was more friend based. it wasn't like Facebook and Instagram where you don't know people.
I remember it.
Yeah, so MySpace was more friend based, like, you know what I'm saying? Then if you was like a person that was rapping or something like that, then you might have people on your shit.
But
But it was more friend based.
perpetration been going on for years though. I mean, niggas used to sell malls and shit in the streets. You know what I'm saying? My niggas sell the with the lidocaine or something like that.
They call it lidocaine, and they call it what they call it? It's a new word for zombie something.
But the
Zombie
old
something.
word was something I forgot, man. I mean, but I'm just saying, like, frauds and tricksters and all that old type of shit. Them was you know, them was, you know, niggas that considered, you know, they customers a lick.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, no,
and
I understand what you're saying.
really, that's where the word trick is formulated, because a woman would trick you out your money. You know what I'm saying? Used to trick you out your money. And the thing about a lot of verbiage now, a lot of things is misused and watered down or whatever, because words used to mean something back in the day. Now niggas just be saying whatever. But back to what I was saying about the kid, right? Because you keep coming in with a question. But what I want to get to was, when you talk about getting married in 6 months and you're a high value man, yeah, right. So that was another thing you missed about the con. So
you're right. That's one of them I would say too.
I know. So let me finish. So he never talked about family court. So when you marry a broad within 6 months and you don't even really know her, and she was attracted to you because you're a successful man, well, how do you even know what she's, you know? And then when we talk about what we bring to the table and all that shit, and he never required nothing out of bitch, because he the first thing he would ask abroad with them set questions he had was, how many kids do you want? Do you want to be a stay-at-home mom? Do you this and that, right? So then he came up with a dollar figure for the things that she wanted, right? So then that made her feel like, damn, it's gonna be impossible for me to get a man now, because now I gotta look for a nigga that make $250,000. And what nigga walking around with a quarter of a million that ain't married already? You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, when you do that and you set yourself up for a female like that you haven't even vetted, and y'all ain't even, you know what I'm saying, y'all ain't even, I mean, you know what I'm saying, you probably met each other over a can of paint. I don't know how you met this broad, but the thing is, when you require your female to stay at home with all this idle time, with this social media era, with family court the way it is, with these girls is trying to make a lick off child support. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you kind of setting these men up for failure when you are just being like that lame duck out here with no game, and just saying that you all that's required of you is making a whole lot of money and then spending a whole lot of time away from this broad that you don't even know.
I definitely agree. I don't agree with that whole that you're right. That's another con, because I forgot about that. I honestly forgot about that, and I agree with you 100%. I'm not finna propose to no bitch after 6 months. No deal. I'm not gonna cap to you. And you really hit on the point that I was gonna get to at some point, but we having good, healthy dialogue right now. So yeah, so it was gonna come back up anyway. But nah, you definitely hit on that, bro. But I agree with you 100%. No, you're not marrying no female, no.
Right. So we over here in America right now, right? We in America. The women overseas, what are they doing right now?
Yeah, we ain't over there. We don't know.
I'm just saying. I mean, we don't know what they're doing, right? But the minute we step foot over there, you think it just magically happens. Like, oh, I'm looking for a tourist. Oh, I'm looking for a man from America. Really? They know what's going on because it's been so many niggas coming over there that are tricks, and they was coming over there for free because they was mostly in the military, and these military niggas came back and was talking about how much pussy they was getting, you know what I'm saying, and how much booty they was getting from these lady boys, you know what I'm saying, when they was stationed overseas, right? So I mean, you hear these things, but don't nobody want to question it. And then when you question these niggas, then the first thing they say is, you know, because they be talking about women all day long, right? Oh, how good the women are and fit, feminine, friendly, and all of a sudden so easy or whatever. But then when you mention that exact thing and you question them, then they say, oh no, it's not about the women, it's about your options. And then they start talking about businesses and all this old type of shit. Well, why didn't you talk about the businesses at first? Because a lot of niggas ain't going over there to stay to live. They just going over there for some pussy. And see, when when you let a motherfucker talk, they tell on themselves. And then they try to clean it up afterwards when you question them, when you chop them. Just like, you know, when old girl end up talking to Maya Angelou, you know what I'm saying? She asked her a direct question, couldn't answer, didn't want to answer, had to think about it.
I can chime in.
Hold on, let me introduce my guy, JJ. What's going on, JJ?
What's going on, JJ?
Howdy, Mr. Goodbread. Howdy, brothers.
Good evening, big dog.
JJ.
Howdy, brothers.
Yo.
Man, JJ, we having a good old dialogue tonight. We got Shabazz disrespecting Kevin Samuels. Man, we got Maya Angelou disrespecting this little girl. Yo, I'm not even. I just had enough of these witches, man. They witches, man.
Well, you know, I seen a YouTube video of this black woman admitting to being a witch, and she said there's a lot of them. Yeah,
man. Yo, let me for the new ones that just came in. Let me just play this video back real quick, man. This shit quite disturbing, man.
The book woke him up, and it gave him the courage to discuss and address these things since I had did it and had put out the blueprint. And so he was a bit crude. I had told him I didn't think he would be successful because of how he was going about it. But he told it the way he saw it. And he was not successful. He was successful in his platform, you know, getting hundreds of thousands of people, 300,000, 400,000, 500,000 people were, you know, tuning in to hear him in his comments. But I don't know. I'm sure it benefited some of the women because it put us in check about what we think our overrated value is.
My niggas, is she on drugs or something? Because it's like she say one thing, and then she go back, and then she say one thing. What's that, condescending?
Very condescending.
Yeah, both.
It's both of them. It's both of them. It's condescending and contradictory.
That shit
crazy.
They're
hypocritical too.
Very.
How old is she?
What is she?
Probably in her 70s.
Gotta be.
She about 60.
She been around for a long time, bro.
We think we have a greater value because we think that we are in charge of sex. Okay, and most men will just about do anything or go along with anything if they think that. Well, that's changing. Okay, wait. It's not all completely the way it is.
I got to bust her bubble. The women are the ones that go along with anything. I mean, the simp too. But look at Eve, the lie she fell from the devil, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. People say Eve didn't know. Now that's a blasphemous lie. She knew, and I knew by the context I read and understanding of the context I read about Adam and Eve. God was talking to both of them face to face, not to either of this. forbidden fruit or not even touch it, or thou shalt surely die, right? And then if that wasn't true, why would the devil have to insinuate that thou shalt surely not die, but thou shalt be like God? Why did he have to tell her undo what God said to her if he didn't say it to her? She knew.
Yes, she knew.
Just like Tia Murray knew what she had, but she had a reprobate mind. Now she's sorry. Just like my ex that's dead and gone now. She wanted to come back to me in 2017. I'm like, it's too late for that now. She said she wish she could have a good man. I said, I told her in the Facebook Messenger, I said, it's too late for that now. And that's the last thing we ever interacted with before she passed away 2 years later in March of 2019. And you know what? I broke up with her because she cheated on me and called the claps. But I'm the one who took her to the hospital to get checked out. And that's how I found out.
Bro, that's a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah, man. Thank you for sharing that, brother JJ Worse. A lot of people can learn from this.
And I had a dream the night I found out about it. It was crazy. It's like me and her were in an alley. And about her passing away when I found out. It's like we were in an alley and she was saying goodbye for the last time. That was crazy, but yeah. Yeah.
Bro, to leave this earth with that type of mental guilt and stress on you, bro. Ooh. Jesus. That's a tough pill to swallow.
Word, JJ.
And these
was. This is the thing I wanted to mention, and I don't usually talk about this. When I say that we're living in trends, it's mate face to face. Animals mate another kind of way. People are getting hurt. They're choking each other. They're spitting in each other's mouth, doing all kind of things. They're gonna be practicing that, and they're even doing oral sex in people's anus and their behinds, all kind of stuff, crazy stuff. And I'm talking about it because we need to know, and we need to start trying to teach something differently. Okay, that's not no love. That's not no showing of love. That's something crazy. And the girls are accepting it. Young women are being choked, or somebody
That's
spitting
that
in their
music.
mouth.
That's that music
All
shit.
kind of insanity things, and they calling it sex. That ain't no sex. I don't know what kind of beast life that is, but that's another trend that I hope passes, because that's taking it to such a low level. Where can it go after that? And how long then will generations think that that's affection? So that's a very bad sign, I think. And that the young women think that that's natural, as I said, that they going along with this, and that the men are tiring really of them at all. They don't even want to look at them.
That's fact.
And I'm concerned about that, and I think we all should be.
I just want
I
to
agree
touch on
with
this,
that.
the Kevin Samuels
I
thing
agree
one
with
more
that.
time. Do you believe he helped bring interest into your works with a new generation?
Good bread.
Be
No, I
careful.
don't think so. I think it just it was so personally, individually critical. I don't think that that ever helps. I think you have to be civilized and you're asking and telling, and I don't think that
So she insinuated that he was uncivilized. So what part of the truth that he told was uncivilized? Because the truth is now uncivilized, sis.
Let me say something. Be careful because the devil tells mixed that's just a little bit of truth and a bunch of lies behind it. Watch her real close, and in your spirit you pick up on something. Just peep it out. I'm experienced that. I wanna blab just for a second, and I'm gonna hush. Reason why I want to blab just for a second, about 30 seconds. Man, I'm a truck driver, and I've been driving for 20 years, and I've been all over the country, all of the lower 48 states. That's when they say lower 48, they're talking about the continental U.S., the states that border each other between Canada and Mexico. I've been to every one of them. Plus, I've been to Mexico and Canada. Sure have. And I met all kind of people, and I pick up on stuff real quick. Watch my surroundings all the time. I'm used to that. I land my plane with that.
sir. All right, let's get it.
That kind of overly criticism of an individual, each person individually, no, that does not help, especially publicly. As I said, we already got low self-esteem, and that don't mean build us up on some false bravado. I don't mean that, but I mean we just have to be more gentle with each other. We are damaged creatures.
Let me reword it. I apologize. I wanted to ask, do you think his work brought more
Hey,
attention to
good
your
bread.
book?
Yeah.
Nah, I wanted to Posh had just put it in the chat, and I wanted to ask the Bell about it because she just said it in the chat, but I wanted to get to it, but I let him cook. Um, when he was talking about the KS about the 6 months thing, and she said I dated my husband a little over 3 years before marriage, and I said if he's real about what he's talking, we didn't sex for the first 8 months of us meeting. The sex part I don't agree with, but that 3 year mark on the marriage I definitely agree with. And I wanted to ask the Bell, how long do you deal with a female before? I mean, I know that y'all don't do the marriage thing, but I agree with her because I feel like, bro, a person will never show you who they truly is unless you take that 1 to 3 year mark because it takes a long time for a person to hold up a persona, a facade of who they are because they have an invested interest in you for a specific amount of time. She just put that in the chat, and I wanted to ask the Bell about that because he knows a lot,
So
but we didn't get it.
when you say invested, what invested what time?
Um, just okay. So if you're dealing with a person, you're going to invest time, you're going to invest energy, you're going to invest feelings, or whatever the situation may be. But
Mhm.
I was, like I said, I agree with her what she said in the chat room, but I wanted to have your take on it. On how long do you think a guy should be dealing with a female in order to take her serious?
Well, well, I mean, what actually are you looking for when as soon as you
Let's just
identify?
let's just speak for you as a
Let
person.
me answer your question. As soon as you identify what you're looking for, like say when you going out fishing, when do you pull the hook? When they bite, right? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like if you know the type of woman you're looking for and you found her and you identified it,
Mhm.
then what are you waiting on? Like that's what like say like when when people believe in marriage and then they've been with somebody for years, like what are you waiting on? You know what I'm saying? Like, is this the routine? I'm gonna be with somebody for 5 years and 10 years. Like, who sets that limit? It should be what you were seeking that seeks that limit. And once you found what you found, then that's the one for you. I
Okay,
mean, once you found what you was
no,
looking
that's a
for.
great answer.
So,
That's a great
like,
answer.
you could
I agree.
say, I mean, you know what I'm saying? What worked for Posh worked for Posh. But let's say you met somebody and you was dating and you wasn't having sex for 8 months, and then you finally start having sex, and then now you realize that sex ain't good. Then what you gonna do?
Good bread. No, that's a great response. The bear. That's a great response, and I agree with you 100%. Good bread. It's a clip that's circling around on the internet, bro. It's a dude that's like a chef, I want to say, and I don't know if you posted that clip or somebody else posted it, but he met a girl off Kendra G dating show, bro. He popped the question in like I want to say it was like 6 to 8 months, and I'm just sitting there looking. No, it wasn't your channel. I was looking at this Nigerian tether dude, uh, but he be doing black content in America. He's in America, but he's a Nigerian, and I'm just sitting there looking at him, and I'm just like, bro, why would you ask this girl to marry you after 8 months, bro. You don't know
W-
this girl from a
Was
can
it
of
was
paint.
it a skit?
No. It's a real video. It's about I want to say 9 to 10 minutes long. And he got the whole thing documented. If y'all want to review the clip, I'll tell you the guy name, but I don't like to promote other people's channels on Mr. Goodbread shit unless he say it. I respect my brother. So, but it's a clip that's going around on the internet about a guy on Kendrick G channel who met a female off of there and he proposed to her in 8 months. And I was just like, bro, what the fuck is you doing out here in these streets, big bro? Like you tripping. And she's a red bone mango. So you know how them joints go.
Yeah.
Them joints be like the most sought after. So you already leading with your wallet because you have to have that type of paper because you can instantly look at her and just see hypergamy. But I land my plane on that though. But y'all can go ahead and keep cooking.
Yeah.
With a new generation, with a younger generation that probably didn't know about
I'm
your
not
work.
sure. See, the other thing is, remember, we're in a society where they're teaching against reading. All right, everybody either want to hear it or see it. So reading is not as popular. So I'm not sure if it worked that way. My sales have been impacted on a lot of things. That must be 50 books out called The Black Man's Guide and The Black Woman's Guide. So many people have copied, my title. So I'm not sure it worked that way. I'm still selling books, and he's still, I'm sure there's still brothers out there now trying to take his place. So that's just, the way that turned out. He got me, I think, more attention for me, toward me as a writer, as a sister, you know. But I know my place in the world, and I'm just a woman. That's not an insult. That's not a put down. But I am not a man. See, God is a man. You
That's all
represent
of the
God, and I
above what you just
tell Black
said.
women the closest you may ever get to God is being with a Black man, because he looks more like you than me. And we have so many things out here affecting our respect and image of self. That's the other.
Being the inspiration for his views
That,
about relationships in our community, right? Did you agree with Kevin Samuel's approach?
No, I didn't agree with Kevin Samuels. He agreed with me, and he was always so respectful to me. And we were getting ready to do something though. We were going to do a big thing in Atlanta. And he
emasculation.
went and died. So I guess that wasn't supposed to happen. But
How dare that woman emasculate him like that?
Like Kevin said, if you can't make this shit up, guys. You can't
Oh,
make this
bro.
shit
That
up,
damn
guys.
laughing, man. That laughing kills me, dog.
Definitely, that laugh was everything. That laugh was everything that
Y'all,
they
y'all
do.
know what makes me angry? That these cowards saying all this stuff and Kevin is not here to defend himself. But I don't mind helping to defend him.
Yo, like you said earlier, bro, that's just what they do. That's just how they play the game. When every Black man of value that they didn't like, especially if he was dating or married to a white woman, you know what I mean? It's over. You know what I mean? It's over. They don't give a fuck. They're alive. They'll
Well,
say
you know what
anything.
God called them. You know what God called them. I mean, the simps too. The people that did the idolatry and all the other stuff in the chapter 28 of Deuteronomy. Call them stiff necks. So
Facts, bro.
she's stiff.
Oh man. GB.
Yep.
GB. The 48 laws of power. I don't know all 48 laws, but I know one of them is never outshine the master. If I'm wrong, correct me. Do anybody has anyone ever read the book and heard of that specific law?
I never read the book, but I heard that. I heard that in a couple. I heard that spoken in a couple different manners too. You know what I mean? That's how you fake it till you make it. I've heard that in the form of how you fake it till you make it. Because if you the master, then as long as I don't outshine you, I'm gonna learn the most. And then once I learn the most, I ain't gonna be able to. I don't have to fake it no more. You know what I mean? But
Check it out, GB. No, go ahead. Keep finished kicking, King.
As long as I'm around you, learning, closing my mouth, just learning, not hating, I'm gonna be learning everything. I'm gonna be learning. I'm gonna be the man. I'm gonna be the king. Especially if you the king, then I'm the heir to the throne. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I say that to say this, right? Kevin Samuels gave Shahrazad Ali so much comment, and he outshined her. That's why I said, I put it in the chat earlier. I said, bro, this is a lot of resentment on this woman, and we can actually see in real time on how egotistical she is. Because, bro, it's no way possible she should have said anything negative about it. Nothing.
Right.
He gave her so much praise. He gave so much knowledge and wisdom to. I'm gonna just say me. I'm not gonna say all of us because I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Pretty sharp, but I'm not the sharpest. But bro, he gave so much knowledge and wisdom. Women understood their sexual marketplace value and bad decision making, and this lady went 3 decades and couldn't get through to people, and he did it in 3 years, bro. I think her ego is hurt that he's even being mentioned in her presence, because in her mind, she is such a bigger person than Kevin Samuels because she's been doing it for way longer. But in reality, her time has came and gone. And bro, it's like accountability with women, bro. Like it's eating her soul up, bro, to just speak good about this man. And this man never said anything negative or bad about you, period, bro. That's some flaw ass shit. And I can't respect it. I can't respect it. And you laugh at the man saying that he died and he already even tried to break bread with you. Like, what type of honor is that?
That's a fact, yo. BZ, go on to close the show, man, you guys.
Shit, man. I mean, it's just so many things that that we was just, slinging around the table, man. I mean, just back to the subject of the Kevin Samuels thing. I think that disrespect came out of that anger and frustration of she wasn't getting her just due, and a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, they feel some kind of way about getting their credit, and the same way, Kevin was giving it up to her. You know what I'm saying? You could ask, why didn't Kevin give it up to Tommy Sotomayor, where he got most of his phrases from? You know what I'm saying? So when a lot of people was like wondering, like, why is Tommy tripping? Because a lot of the things he was saying and that he said for years and was getting backlash and getting his channels shut down and getting death threats and all that type of shit. You know what I mean? And that's kind of
answer that question.
And that's kind of, hold on, brother. That's kind of the same thing that she was doing when she was getting all that backlash from the 80s and early 90s and shit, when she was going on these shows and shit, and and everybody was bashing her and she wasn't getting really the support that she felt that she wanted from the black community, and especially black men, because she was speaking out for black men. And now when she had mentioned, like, a lot of things are trendy, like, because before that space in this YouTube space or whatever, men weren't talking about these issues. And then when you introduce like somebody like a Kevin Samuels to the world, and that's all people know is Kevin Samuels, but they don't know the history of the niggas that came before him, then it's trendy. And now you got a lot of copycat Kevin Samuels guys coming out thinking that they're gonna take his place because they know that he had the numbers and they know that those numbers are out there and these niggas are trying to capture him, trying to be the next Kevin Samuels, but it ain't gonna work because there was only one Kevin Samuels.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of niggas need to realize. You know what I'm saying? You got to be yourself and you got to be original. And you know, you know, your success is only going to go far, so far as a copycat.
That's a fact, though, bro. You can't. If you copying niggas, you can't move until they move. You can't move until they move, yo. All right, JJ, go on and wrap it up, JJ. Give us your final thoughts on the K-Sam and the Shahrazad Ali.
All right. You know how the devil and the angels, third of the angels got kicked out of heaven? Pride. They wanted to take over. They wanted to take God's place and all that, and they got kicked out. And I see the same energy with Miss Ali here. And it makes me angry because she didn't learn from that. I don't think she go by the Bible. I believe the Bible. I had visions reading the Bible. And not to mention that war over Israel, that's God judging Israel because that's our land, not the people that's there. And these reprobates will be put in deep delusion because they refuse to turn to God and renew their mind. They have to renew their mind first and then turn to God. He'll hear from them when they do that, but if they won't, he won't hear from them. He would flat out reject them. I see examples of this every day. These reprobates are lost causes in God's eyes, and he will cause them to harden their heart because he will put them in a deep delusion. Miss Ali, she need to humble herself and apologize because I lost respect for her. I had a lot of admiration for her and appreciation for what she was trying to do, but then, you know, you can't turn around and backbite somebody that can't defend themselves because they ain't here. It made me so angry. I seen that clip before. It made me so angry inside.
Definitely.
And I asked God to deal with people like that.
Hey, JJ, did you see the clip about Maya Angelou?
No. Maya Angelou. I don't even know who that is. The rapper.
JJ, you gotta go
rapper or something.
Going over to the 503 channel or hit the playback on this one, JJ. Definitely, that Maya Angelou.
Yeah, you gotta replay game, JJ.
But y'all, we're gonna go on and wrap this thing on up, guys. Y'all wrap
Goodbread.
Wrap up. What happened, bro?
Can I wanted to answer the Bill question real quick before you end the stream.
Yeah.
You said why hold on, who did you say? You said a name. Cause I got the whole answer in my head, but I'm trying to remember the name. What's the guy? Tommy Sotomayor. Tommy Sotomayor. The only reason KS didn't get involved with Tommy Sotomayor is because he saw in real time that he was being deplatformed on multiple channels. Just like when Tommy Sotomayor and Kwame Brown, when Tommy Sotomayor was supporting Kwame Brown, and then Kwame Brown was supporting Tommy Sotomayor, but then his platform started getting canceled because of hate speech, because they was flagging his channel. So therefore, when you dealing with the internet and a marketing strategy, it's not good to get involved with a person that's being considered as hate speech. So Kevin Samuels and Thomas Sotomayor, Kevin Samuels and Kwame Brown, they was getting away from him because they was trying to make their money off of YouTube. It's in multiple streams from Kwame Brown.
So was it about the message or the money?
It was about the money with them at that point.
Who was
it wasn't
them?
about the message.
Who was them?
Kwame Brown and Kevin Samuels.
Okay.
Because Kevin Samuels, no, it's an actual stream that's still up.
I got you, bro. But when it's about a message and a movement, It's about the money, right?
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just speaking on them in general. Why they didn't rock with Tommy Sotomayor?
Hold on. At first you said they did.
They was, but he was being deplatformed. He was getting all his channels taken off of YouTube.
So let me tell you something, bro. If I'm rocking with you and I believe in what you talking about and you my nigga, do you mean to tell me I'm still gonna be a real nigga if somebody's fucking with you and I back off from you? Am I really supporting you, or am I just around you just to absorb some game you got? So I can use it for my own platform.
Listen, that's the flaw on Kevin Samuels' point. I don't move like that, but
well, I was kind of talking about Kwame Brown.
Okay, yeah. That's definitely what happened.
But early on in Kev's career, before he got big, he was a fan of Tommy
and Kwame Brown.
Kwame Brown wasn't in the picture, bro.
No. My bad. Not my bad. That's false information. No. Tommy Sotomayor was fans of Kevin Samuels and Kwame Brown. And
what?
Tommy Sotomayor was fans of.
That's like saying Michael Jordan is a fan of Sam Bowie.
Tommy Sotomayor was a fan of Kwame Brown and Kevin Samuels, and they had plans on working together, but his platforms was getting diminished on YouTube, and everybody was seeing it. It still live streams up where you can see this. It still live streams up where you can see this, and that's why they started distancing themselves from Tommy Sotomayor. I used to watch Tommy Sotomayor before he got all his platforms taken down.
What was he doing? What was Tommy doing different to get flagged than what he did when he started?
They was flagging his channel because
I said, what was he doing different? What was he talking about that made them flag him? Like when he started and when he currently to this day,
bro. He was talking about the same thing. I said he was talking about the same thing.
That's what I'm saying. So who's the one that changed? Who changed that game up?
Kwame Brown and Kevin Samuels.
Okay.
I'm just
saying there's one man that stayed consistent. The other two changed. Now, why ain't Kwame Brown as big as he was when he first made the splash?
That's a great point.
Ain't nobody flagged his shit down.
That's a great point.
I'm asking you. You said somebody was a fan of his. I don't think Tommy was a fan of his.
I got a powerful thought before I forget this, if I may iterate. Ecclesiastes 7:26-28. If someone don't mind reading, but before you read that, even God said, a virtuous woman who can find. That's the double-edged sword I wanted to share tonight, to break the ice to the core and all the way to the water. Mr. Goodbread, you mind doing the honor to read that Ecclesiastes 7:26-28? Or do you have the time?
JJ, I really don't got the time. I'm trying to close this show up right now, brother JJ. But is it visible to you? Can you read it?
It'll take me a second. I got a paper Bible. Ecclesiastes 7:26. I've been doing a lot of studying.
I'm trying not to eat on video, you know what I mean? But I had to bust this plate down.
Hold on, I'm just about to that scripture. Okay, I found it. A prostitute is more bitter than death. May it please God that you escape from her, but sinners don't evade her snares. This is my conclusion, says the preacher. Step by step, I come to this result after researching in every direction. 1/10 of 1% of the men I interviewed could be said to be wise, but not one woman.
Mhm.
Now,
Good.
God,
Good
I
script.
don't remember where the other scripture is, but it's in the Bible where God questioned in a riddle a virtuous woman who can find. I'm not saying that he didn't say they were there, wasn't there, but they're rare. Like Proverbs 31 type woman.
All right, guys, we out of here. Y'all wrap up, strap up, drink responsibly. Do not play with your life, guys. We see y'all later.
Shalom.
All right, now.
Salute,
Peace out,
salute
y'all.
to JJ, salute to Bell, man, salute to Good Bread, man. Y'all have a great evening.
Right on, bro.
All right, bro.